Very good morning, students. This is Jay Vishakan. For this session, we are going to see wedge friction. Do you know wedge? Wedge is nothing but is a piece of metal or wood in the shape of prism whose section is usually triangle or trapezoidal. Wedges are generally used to move the heavy blocks by applying a force which is usually smaller than the weight of the block. Wedge also can be used to give small displacement or adjustment to heavy loads. Right? This is the wedge, this is the body. So body must be having some weight. Wedge usually have negligible mass, otherwise some mass will be there or weight will be there. Right? So here, as far as this diagram is concerned, look at here. Yeah, external force being applied. When you apply a force towards negative x direction, what will happen? This wedge tries to go towards left. What happens, because it is a tapered shape, so when it tries to move towards the left hand direction, what will happen? This will lift the body. Right? I'm going to draw a FBD for your better understanding. First, we'll have to draw the FBD for wedge. This is the shape of the wedge. This alpha is nothing but the angle of the wedge. So this is the external force. When you apply force, this wedge tries to move in the left hand direction. So therefore, the friction will act in the right hand direction. That means friction will be always opposite to the moment of the object. So there will be a normal reaction because there is a contact on the surface N1. Similarly, here the wedge and body is in contact. Therefore, there will be a friction, and when it goes inside, the friction will act opposite of the moment, and the normal will be always perpendicular to the surface of the body. So surface of the body. So this can be written as N2. Suppose this has a mass, then you can consider wedge W. So which will act vertically. This is the FBD of free body diagram. Right? Let's draw the free body diagram of the body. Okay, there is a weight of the body which can consider WB, weight of the body. And here, look at here, this is a surface in contact, so therefore there is a normal reaction. We consider this as N3. When you apply the force on wedge, the body tries to move vertically upwards, therefore the friction will be in the opposite direction. Correct? And when there is a contact between these surfaces of body and wedge, so usually there will be a normal reaction to be perpendicular to the surface. Correct? Here the friction is acting in the upward direction, therefore this friction will act the opposite of that friction. Is it clear? So this is how we'll have to draw the free body diagram of wedge. Here the wedge is in horizontal position. So if it is in vertical position, so you'll have to consider in the same manner. So for your better understanding, we'll solve a problem from the wedge, the horizontal wedge, so you can easily understand it. Right. So this is the question. what it says. Let us read this out. Block A weighing 1500 Newton is to be raised by a means of 15-degree wedge as shown in figure, assuming the coefficient of friction between all contact surfaces to be 0.2. Determine the minimum force required to move the block A upwards. Right? So this is block A and this is wedge. Correct. So let us even extract the data from the given question. What it says, the block is weighing 1500. So weight of the block A equal to 1500 Newton is raised by means of 15 degree. So alpha equal to 15 degree. That's the angle of the wedge, right? Assuming the coefficient of friction between all the contact, that means contact between the wedge and floor, between the block and the wedge, and block on the wall. So mu equal to mu1 equal to mu2 equal to mu3, because 1, 2, 3 contact areas, right? So you can mention this as 0.2 to find. Since there is no weight has been given for the wedge, so there is no weight is given, so you can assume the negligible weight of the wedge, right? To find P, the minimum force required to move the block upward direction. So that's what we are going to find. Solution. To start with, we'll have to draw the free body diagram. So first we'll have to start with the free body diagram of wedge. Free body diagram of wedge. So this is the shape of the wedge as far as the drawing is concerned. So this is the external force being applied and the angle is 15 degree, or else you can mention here this is the 15 degree. This is one and the same, right? And there is a contact between the wedge and the surface. So there will be a normal reaction N1. When the wedge moves towards the left hand direction, usually the friction will be opposite to that. So the friction will act in the right hand direction, clear? And there will be a normal, there is a normal reaction because there is a contact between this block and the wedge, and the normal will be perpendicular to the surface of the wedge, right? So this can be denoted as N2, right? And there is a friction. Since the wedge is moving towards left, usually the friction of force will be in the opposite direction, and this can be mentioned as F2, right? So this, since the normal reaction N2 and friction of force is inclined, so you'll have to consider the horizontal component and vertical component. You'll have to listen carefully how to calculate the inclination or the angle, right? Let me just explain in detail. So this is 15 degree and 15 degree to the horizontal. Therefore, this friction force is parallel to the surface. Therefore, this will also at 15 degree. So this will act 15 degree. If you want, you can just draw in a separate manner. So this is the F2. So the horizontal component can be mentioned as F2 cos 15 and the vertical component as F2 sin 15. Then what about the angle of N2? That is a normal reaction. How to calculate the normal. So let me just draw a triangle for your better understanding. So if I extend this, I'm going to redraw the line. So assume this is the frictional force which is acting in this direction. This is 15 degree. As you know, the angle between N2 and F2 will always be perpendicular, right? That is always be perpendicular. So this would be 90 degree. This would be 90 degree. Then what about this angle? So 90 minus 15, which is 75. If this is 75, if you draw a horizontal line, that means parallel line to this, and as you know, the opposite side are always equal. So this is 75 degree. So therefore, N2 this is a horizontal line if you draw. This is 75 degree. This is N2. And with respect to the horizontal, so this can be written as N2 cos 75, and this can be N2 sin 75. Is it clear? This is the detailed drawing of FBD of the wedge. Let us draw the FBD of block A. This is the block is, and the block own weight is 1500 Newton, and it will always act vertically downwards, and there will be a reaction because the vertical wall and the block is in contact. Therefore the normal reaction is the N3. Consider this is N3 because you already consider N1, N2. Now this can be denoted as N3. And what about the friction? So when you apply a force on the wedge, the body tends to move in the upward direction. So the frictional force will be opposite to it. So this can be vertically downwards. Correct. And what about the normal? There is a contact between the block and wedge. So the reaction would be perpendicular to the surface of the body. So N2. Since the frictional force of wedge is acting in the upward direction, so the frictional force of the block will be in the opposite of this one. So F1. Right. Then what about the angle? Yeah. You can easily, this is 15 degree. Right? If this is 15 degree, we can just draw a triangle of this detailed manner. I'm just drawing it. This is 15 degree, and this is your normal N2, and this is F2. This would be 90 degree. If this is 90 degree, then what about this angle? This could be 75. This is 75, isn't it? Because the internal angle of triangle is 180, so 180 minus 90 minus 15, it is 75. Correct? Yeah. Let us draw in this manner, and this will act in this manner. So this is F1, its horizontal component and its vertical component. Correct? So this can be considered as F1. What is the angle? It's a 15 degree because it's parallel. This F1 is parallel to the surface of the body. So therefore it's a 15 degree with respect to the horizontal. So F1 cos 15, and this can be written as F1 sin 15. Then what about N2? This is N2, and this is the vertical component of normal reaction. So this can be written as N2 sin 75, because this is 75. Therefore if you just draw a horizontal line to this, opposite sides are equal, so this is 75. So again here N2 cos 75. Clear? Right. Then where to start? We'll have to consider wedge first or block first. Just count the unknown here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unknown as far as wedge is concerned. Now let us count the unknown of block. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's start from block A. So considering block A, applying the equilibrium condition, What are the conditions? Summation H is equal to 0, summation V equal to 0, right? I'm going to resolve the horizontal forces first. Summation H is equal to 0. So look at here. This N3 is acting in the horizontal direction towards positive X, N3. Then what about this N2? N2 is acting the left hand direction, that is negative X direction. So which will carry N2 cos 75. And what about the friction? Friction is also in the negative direction, minus F1 cos 15. Right. So I am going to take this N3 in the left hand direction. So N3 equal to N2 cos 75 minus F1 cos 15. What is F? Limiting friction. Limiting friction is nothing but the coefficient of friction is a product of coefficient of friction and the normal reaction. So this can be rewritten as N2 cos 75 minus mu into N1 cos 15. Sorry, this is F2, right? N2 cos 15. So what is the value of mu? The value of mu is 0.2. The value of mu is 0.2. Apply here. So N2 cos 75 minus 0.2 into mu is 0.2, right? Into N2 cos 15. Cos 75 is 0.26 N 2 plus 0.2 into cos 75, that is cos 15. So 0.2 into cos 15, 0.193. So 0.193 N2. Right? So N3 equal to 0.26 plus 0.193. So 0.453. 0.453 N2. So equation number 1. Let's resolve the vertical forces. of block A. Look at here. How many forces are there? This 1500 is acting vertically downwards, so which will carry minus sign, and F3 in the negative direction, so F3, correct? And what about the other two inclined forces, which is the friction F2, the frictional force, and normal reaction 2, that is acting vertically downwards, which will carry negative symbol, so F2 sine 15. Anything else is left off? Yes, this N2 sine 75 is there, which is acting vertically upwards, so which will carry positive sign, so N2 sine 75, 0 equal to. So what I am going to this F3, I am just going to take outside, then the left hand side, so F3 equal to minus 1500. What is F2? F2 is nothing but the limiting friction, so which is the product of coefficient of friction and the normal reaction. So mu into N2, mu into N2 sine 15 plus N2 sine 75, which is equal to 1500. The value of mu is 0.2 into sine 15, which would be 0.051, 0.0517, so 0.052 N2 plus the value of sine 75 is 0.966, 0.966 N2, that is equal to minus 1500 0.966 minus 0.052, which works out 0.914 plus 0.914 N2. So F3 equal to mu equal to F3 by N3. Coefficient of friction equal to limiting friction to the normal reaction. So mu is 0.2, so 0.2 equal to, what is F3? F3 is minus 1500 plus 0.914 N2. What is N3? This you can mention as 2. So N3 is 0.453 N2. So you multiply, the cross multiply, 0.2 into 0.453 equal to 0.0906 N2 equal to minus 1500 plus 0.914 N2. You just bring in that side 0.914 minus 0.0906 equal to 0.82, right? Bring the 1500 this side, so 1500 equal to 0.8234 N2. Therefore N2 equal to 1500 divided by 0.8234. 1500 divided by 0.8234. 1821.7. 1821.7. The unit of is Newton, right? Then what about F2? F2 equal to mu into N2. So 0.2 into 1821.7, which is equal to 364.3. 364.3. 4 Newton. So by solving the equation, we have got the value of N2 and F2. So now let's even consider the wedge. Again, applying the equilibrium condition. Summation H is equal to 0, summation V equal to 0. So this is the free body diagram of wedge. So let us solve the horizontal forces first. So going to resolve horizontal forces. 0 equal to, look at here, how many horizontal forces are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So P is in minus direction, so that is in the negative x-axis, so minus P. F1 is in the positive direction, F1. F2 is in positive direction, plus F2 cos 15. N2 is also in the positive direction, so plus N2 cos 75. Right? 0 equal to minus P plus F1 plus F2, you know the value, 364.34. 364.34 into cos 15 plus N2 value, you know, 1821.7 into cos 75. So let me just take this P outside. So P is equal to F1 plus 364.34 into cos 15 plus 1821.7 into cos 75. So which works out 820.41. Assume this is equation 1, not 1. We have already considered 1, 2, and this can be written as equation number 3. Let us resolve the vertical forces now. Summation V is equal to 0. 0 equal to, how many vertical forces are there? Look at here, 1, then 2 and 3. Right. So N1, which is in the positive y direction, so which will carry the positive sign N1, and F2 is also in the positive direction, so plus F2 sin 15, and N2 is in the negative y direction, which will carry negative sign N2 sin 75. Therefore, I am taking the N2 in the left hand side, sorry, N1 in the left hand side, N1 is equal to minus F2, you know the value of F2, 364.34 into sin 15 minus N2 value, you know, this minus became plus, right? So 1821.7 sin 75. Right. So let us calculate this value now. Minus 364.34 into sin 15 plus 1821.7 into sin 75. So N1 equal to 1665.32 Newton. If N1 is 166.5, and what about F1? F1 is equal to mu into N1, which is equal to 0.2 into 1665.32. That works out into 0.2. 333.06 Newton. So now substitute this F1 value on equation number 3. So P equal to 06 plus 823.41 plus 823.41 1156 1156.47 Newton. So ultimately we have found the value of P, right? So this is the minimum force required to lift the block A upwards. We have solved and we arrived the value of P. Thank you for watching. I shall come up with few more problems in the upcoming video lecturing. Thank you.